1, 2, 3.
Well, hey there, April. How's it going?
Hey, Steven. Good. How are you?
Not too bad, not too bad. Say, you ready for a Tuesday test drive?
Yeah, come on in.
All right. Well, thank you so much for pulling over and picking me up.
Of course, Steven.
A little bit of a setup there, but April, Tuesday test drive, April.
Hello. Thank you.
April's a good friend of mine. She works at Mercedes-Benz downtown Toronto and has been kind enough to bring us this vehicle today. What are we in today?
We are in the 2022 C300.
2022 C300, and I gotta say, this is a lovely space to be in. From the moment I got in, not only am I glad I'm wearing light pants because I'm matching this beautiful light interior, but the inside, I can see why they call it the Baby S class interior. Yes, this is very much an S class, but I love how this beautiful center console is sort of like, do you call it an infotainment system?
Yeah.
It's sort of tilted this way. I didn't realize until I was filming from the back here. It's just got this nice like tilt towards the driver, which I really like. But
yes.
Speaking of driving, I'm gonna put it in drive, and
shall we?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
This is so nice, and it's so quiet in here. I'm sure the audio on this on this is gonna come out great.
The cabin is very quiet.
Very, very quiet. I can tell right away from when we get started here. But I guess obviously anything that happens here on the steering wheel can also happen here. But obviously a lot of folks probably wouldn't like to have the navigation system up and running.
Correct. So they call this the Baby S class. It's very S-classy. It's got your large screen in the center, as well as everything on the steering wheel corresponds with the screen. So it's very safe. Everything is at your fingertips. So you're not reaching, you're not taking your hands off the steering wheel. So super, super safe.
No, I love the signal. The signal stocks looks really cool because they have these, they kind of match the steering wheel, and this lovely steering wheel. It's a lot of synaptic touch.
Yes.
Is that what they call it as well?
Yes.
Notice that's here even on the sunroof, which it's a swipe as well. Look at that.
It's a swipe.
And you got that lovely sort of white screen thing, the sunshade hat. Yeah. But I noticed as well the colorizing on the dash as well. You can adjust that.
Yes, absolutely. So everything on the digital dash you can sort of customize and figure out what works for you, so you can have everything that's important to you on the screen. Right now we have it in sport, but definitely we can change that.
Okay, cool. And I guess this also comes with, you know what, I got to ask a question. I noticed it says power, and then EQ, and then charge, but this isn't an electric vehicle.
Right. So it is a 2-liter 4-cylinder, but it also has a 48-volt battery, which acts as a mild hybrid.
Right.
Cool, right?
Well, I guess that makes sense because right now the car did shut off.
Yes.
And I got auto start running.
Correct.
Which is so smooth, by the way. It's barely noticeable.
I know.
It's very, very quick to react. But as soon as you're ready to go, once you lift your foot off the brake, it'll boot up. If we can even hear it, if I do it here. Yeah, you can't hear it. It's absolutely quiet.
Silent.
It's so quiet, it almost seems like an electric car in here. It is that quiet. And the space is lovely. The seats are lovely. The steering wheel feels fantastic in the hand. It's really, really nice. And just like most Mercedes-Benzes, you can get very comfortable behind the wheel, which I got to say is very, very nice as well. And I mean this sincerely. A lot of times, and in the past, we've had baby versions of other vehicles.
Yes.
And they say baby, and they definitely mean baby because you're driving them. And it's like, well, this isn't like the S-Class. But as soon as I notice, and no, it's not nearly as large as the S-Class, I immediately notice like the fit and finish, the level of detail, whether it's the lights on the lights are nice, but I mean where the leather meets the wood, meets the grain, everything is just really premium. And I notice it as well in the seats. What other kind of like features that you wouldn't see, I guess, would be kind of in like before my very eyes, but I can't see them because, well, you tell me.
For sure. I think the biggest thing is it actually has a fingerprint sensor. So with that, you push your fingerprint on and it sets up driver profiles. So it makes it really easy. It's very quick. You don't have to go and worry about changing keys or going in and pressing the screen to find each profile. It's via the fingerprint.
Oh,
so
wow.
A lot of people really like that.
So obviously if you have a family or if it's yourself and your partner, one touch feature puts it into sport mode for me.
Yes.
You know,
for you, yes.
Put it up, set it up the way. Oh, that's pretty cool. So you wouldn't have to, because normally it would have been recognized by the key. Right?
Or going in internally and pressing buttons, but this is very simple. It's just a simple touch and you're there.
Yeah. Excellent.
Yeah.
Very, very, very nice. It certainly goes with that premium feel and that premium interior.
Exactly.
So what else, like, I guess if I was a previous C-Class customer, maybe I was a C-Class from a generation ago, what do you think the new C-Class buyer is sort of like going to expect or kind of wowed by? If I'm not much of a tech person, I just want sort of like the lowdown on what makes the new C so cool.
The biggest thing is it really is a complete internal redesign. It's also a little bit larger. Will you hear that? We've got all your safety features are standard set up.
What was it recognizing? It was recognizing the blind spot.
Yeah.
Oh, right. We passed the construction zone. There you go.
Yes. So you have all your safety features. The biggest thing too is the size is a little bit different. So it's a little bit larger than the previous generation. And then of course, all of the internal features as well. So your larger screen, all that good stuff sort of sets you up to have that whole brand new experience.
This goes above and beyond. Like, this is really bringing the C-Class buyer into the level of the S-Class buyer as far as features and extras and all that sort of stuff, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it really does wow customers. Biggest thing too is it has a luxury suspension.
It's funny because, like, as you were saying that, one of the things that I can't help but notice about this vehicle right from the get-go is how there's all this construction happening around us right now. We're down near the waterfront in Toronto, and these trucks are going by, and it's not until they get really close to the car that you actually even hear them.
Right?
It's the sound quality in here, the sound deadening that you get on the inside is pretty fantastic, I gotta say, considering the amount of glass that's around us too.
Big time.
Which is I gotta say, one of my favorite features about this car is probably the inside of it.
Right?
I think so. It's gorgeous on the outside too. Don't get me wrong. I think the refresh was beautiful. It looks. You have to look at it twice to recognize what it is, and then in the sense that, and I don't mean that in a bad way, in that it looks so much like the previous.
Yes.
It looks so different from it. You have to pause for a second and go, oh, is that the new C? And definitely, I think the one giveaway for me is probably those rims, those AMG rims with that big belt around the side. That's probably the only identifier. Other than that, you had to point out the car to me. But I gotta say, this is such a lovely place to be. And I was only thinking, it's too bad we're not going to have a nighttime shot of this interior, because I'm sure it looks amazing.
It's like a nightclub.
No, it is.
Right?
a little bit. Yeah, we just need a little glitter ball or something like that. Because most nightclubs, nowadays have glitter balls.
Exactly.
Yes, of course. Not dating myself in any way, shape, or form. Thank you very much.
Of course, Steven. Yes. It's beautiful in here for sure. We love it. And especially with the very large panoramic sunroof, it makes it feel so spacious, so comfortable. Everybody in the back is in great shape. You were mentioning earlier that with German cars, particularly Mercedes-Benz, you don't lose anything sitting in the back.
Yeah, and actually sitting back there, the seating was pretty great for someone. I'm about 6'2", and perfectly comfortable back there. Lots of room. Very impressive for a. Is this a mid-size? Is this considered mid-size?
Mid-size sedan.
Mid-size sedan. Yeah, it's still considered mid-size for sure. And I think the only distraction in this car is probably seeing what the dashboard's going to do next. Because seeing all the stuff that you can bring up on the dashboard is also really cool, which I could see how having settings and all that sort of stuff, and not to mention the delivery process, which is really important in the car business nowadays, because when you get a car, you're getting not just a key fob and a entry lock. Here's where you put your washer fluid. This requires a bit of a delivery, I would imagine.
Absolutely.
Right? Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Our delivery specialists are fantastic. They go through extensive training, so it might be a little overwhelming at first, but we are always in good hands. We'll set you up for sure. Yeah, explain everything.
That's probably the only thing about a new car that might be a little bit daunting to some people when you see what comes up on the screen. I'm getting a beautiful bird's eye view of the car right now. We got the city laid out before us. I got some information on the screen here with regard to RPMs and stuff. It's kind of cool, actually. I really like the view. It got a G-force meter as well.
I thought you'd like that
just in case. No G-force in traffic, unfortunately. But, whatever. I think that's pretty cool. I love the setup here. It's so great. And not to mention, and I really kind of like little details like this, but just the way the fit and finish, the way the wood meets the metal, meets the plastic, meets the leather, meets all the bits. And it's really impressive. And I got to say, it's hard to tell what's a metal feature and what's a plastic feature, and what's a very, very nice. And I like that.
This is all real wood in here.
It is. I was going to say it is real wood, right? Yes. And I love they kind of do this sort of like paneling, almost like it's the board of a ship or something like that. It's got those lines in the wood. It would look really great.
Very well thought out for sure. They've done a great job in this generation.
It is so nice. And to top it all off, the environment, again, is just something that I could just be in all day long, every day. And, oh God, it drives so smooth.
I know. Hugs the corners.
It does. But at the same time, like as we were going through the construction zone, they're tearing up quite a lot of road down by the waterfront. I can't help but notice that, like, when you're going over the railway lines, the construction zones, the bad roads, the car is really quite soft. But then you're going on an on-ramp or off-ramp, and you're steering into a corner, you kind of look down at your speed, and you're like, oh my God.
I know.
The suspension really, really adjusts extremely well. It's pretty impressive. Thank you so much for showing us the new C300
My
on the Tuesday
pleasure,
test drive.
Steve.
Anything you're excited to see coming out in 2022 or 23?
I'm really excited for all the new electric cars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of buzz.
Lot of buzz.
Literally.
A lot of questions, a lot of buzz.
Yeah.
They'll be rolling out soon, so we're really looking forward to the new lineup.
Yeah, fantastic. Well, I'm going to look forward to doing a few more of these, and
too.
hopefully we'll be seeing you soon.
Sounds good, Stephen.
Thank you so much, April.
Thank you.
All right.
Take care. Bye.
What's so funny?
Take care. Bye.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.
See
Gotta
ya.
go.
Bye.
Click. We out here.